First and foremost, I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and His Son, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Towards. And double honors to the apostles of the Greatmillstone, and salutations to the Yakim out there to continue to further this ministry and to continue to exhort the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi through his ministry, and even unto those that continue to heed thereunto his ministry. All right, and it's the brother Monica coming at you with another video through the spirit and power of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. You know, Lord willing, this will be edifying, and the Lord will keep my lips from stumbling. But anyway, yeah, one of the brothers of mine have already, spoke about what we've seen while he was out there teaching. And what I'm going to tell all is the fact that a couple of days ago, and this is just what I believe as to why we saw this phenomenon above us, because what I did was I was reading Daniel's 9 and 16 to verse 17, and I was reading it in the Lashon Kodash under the intention of praying on it, because at the time I was watching two videos. I was watching a live show that the Apostle Ramlab did, and as well as the one that the Apostle Tahar did concerning the curses that came upon us. And watching Apostle Ramlab's live show that he did, he pulled out Daniel's 9 and 16 and 17, and those two verses hit me, man. Like, these some heavy verses right here. So I thought to myself, wait a minute, let me see if I can actually translate this into Hebrew and write it in the Lashon Kodash. And the Spirit told me to look to see if I can find the translation for it, because Esau has it in the Assyrian type of Hebrew, which I kind of understand, but I don't really understand too thoroughly. I only understand the Paleo Hebrew. And the Spirit told me to go and find it to see if one of the brothers of mine have done it, because I remember one of the brothers of mine, the brother shouting the brother out, Ramya, he's good with the Hebrew and everything. So, I wanted to find out if he actually translated it in Daniel's 9 and 16 to verse 17, and he actually did. So, I used his Hebrew translation concerning what was read in Daniel's 9 and 16 and 17, and I just prayed it out. So that's why I think to believe, and I didn't tell the brothers this, I'm just speaking on it right now, as to why that we had this phenomenon come above us while he was out there teaching. And it wasn't like far left or far right or far ahead. It was right exactly above our heads. I wouldn't say exactly, but almost exactly above our heads, to where we can actually see it. And if we looked up, it's clear. And what I saw was a rainbow within the clouds. Like, whenever the cloud dissipated, the rainbow dissipated right along with it, as you can see. And when I first saw the clouds, as I'm looking at it now, being in my house, it looked to me as a figure of three men standing right before you. But then I looked again, and it actually looks like thrones too, because when you look at an ancient throne, that's exactly what it looks like, and this would have to have been an angel that came before us. So I just want to read a couple of scriptures and showing what I'm talking about on that regard. In the book of we can even read Revelations, by the way. We can read Revelations 4. Actually, Revelations, the 10th chapter, we can get. Excuse me. Yeah, Revelations 10, verse 1. And I saw another mighty angel come down from heaven, clothed with a cloud, and a rainbow was upon his head. And his face were as it were the sun, and his feet as the pillars of fire. So John the Revelator, as you can see, and even if you want to, you can even read Revelations, the 4th chapter. He even saw a similar angel like this, but it was a little bit different. when you read about the prophets of old, the Lord always revealed phenomena to them and things that were secret to the rest of the world, mysteries he would reveal to them, as it reads in the book of Amos 3, verse 7, I believe it is, where it says that the Lord doeth nothing but he revealeth his secrets unto the servants, the prophets. And as well as it says in the book of Daniel chapter 2, when the prophet Daniel was showing him the understanding of what the statue represented. Nebuchadnezzar I'm talking about, because he had a vision of the statue, but he couldn't get the interpretation of it. And Nebuchadnezzar, I believe his name was, he sent his men to seek to try to interpret the vision he had, and not one of them could interpret it. The only person that could interpret it was Daniel the prophet. So I think when you read a couple of verses down, it tells you that Most High is a power that revealeth secrets. And that's what he did to Daniel's. So it's looking more like we could very well be those men, the prophets, because we're seeing these different signs and wonders, and we understand what these signs and wonders are all about. And everybody doesn't understand what these signs and wonders are all about. The rest of the world, a lot of people, when they see these phenomenons, it leaves them guessing, like, what in the hell did we see? And they can't comprehend what they've seen. But when we see these wonders, we already know what that represents. Like it's nothing, you know. So I mean, as the Lord revealed his secrets unto the servants, the prophets at the time, and the wonders and the hard sayings, and as well as the phenomenons at the time, as well as he's doing unto us right now. Okay, so there you go. So as we've seen, it could have been 3 angels that we saw that appeared as 3 thrones, as I can see it as right now, as I perceive it to be, or it could just be 3 men, you know. So let's get another precept concerning prayer. So this is the book of Proverbs 15 verse 29. It says, and the Lord is far from the wicked, but he heareth the prayer of the righteous. Let's read another precept. Ephesians 6 verse 12 to verse 18 I'm going to read down to. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplates of righteousness. Verse 15, and then your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and to take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. This is the point. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all of the saints. So it's required for the saints, those that were sanctified and separated from the rest of the world, is to pray continually, which is our defense, because we have a power and we're supposed to pray unto him, because what is he? Like I said, he's our defense. He's the reason why we're going to be able to stand in the evil day, and as we're standing right now. Okay, so whatever we want, we ask in his name, and we pray what we want in his name. As it reads in the book of Mark, the 11th chapter, it says, therefore, verse 24, therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire, when ye pray, believe that you receive them, and ye shall have them. Exactly. So when you pray, you got to pray like you know you're about to receive it. Now, most of the times when we do pray, a lot of us feel like our prayer hasn't been heard. And that's probably the reason why we don't receive our prayers when we expect it, because we're not praying in the sense of believing that we've already gone to receive these things, but praying in the sense that we're not expecting the Most High to adhere to our prayers. So it's more of a thing of faith. We have to believe and have faith in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. That's why we call it the faith. Now we may say that this thing of ours, which is what we're involved in, we call it the truth, but this is also our faith. All right? Because when you come into this Bible, this is not a thing of, oh, I know I'm a Hebrew Israelite because of the records goes as far as to say, or the history goes as far as to say. Now we can bring out historical documentation and proving that we are the Israelites. You so-called blacks, the so-called Latinos and Native Americans are those people. And as well as we can even pull out records of even so-called white people coming out and saying in the past, in the 1800s, saying that they have actually came across and witnessed us as the Israelites, as they call us at the time. But this is a thing of faith. The Heavenly Father brought us back to him so that we can believe on him in the faith-based setting, rather than going based on what we see, going off of sight. So this is a thing that we're going off of faith on now. He wants us to simply have faith in him. And this is why the Lord did away with the genealogies. The Lord did away with us believing on him according to the letter of the law. The Lord wants us to simply have faith in him. As it says in the book of Hebrews, the 11th chapter, faith is of evidence of things not seen and things hoped for. So this is the basis of what this thing of ours is all about. It's about faith, because the Lord wants to prove and see the hearts of those that have come before him, if they're just going to simply believe on him according to his words. All right. So that's how we're going to win. We're going to win by faith and faith only. We're not going to win by keeping the law, but ultimately having faith. And obviously, if we do have faith in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, by default, we're going to keep the law anyway. But it's not the law that's going to get us to the other side. It's the faith that's going to get us to the other side. All right? And the way that you show that you have faith in Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi and a power that you don't see is by you praying. When you're by yourself in a room somewhere and it's just you and you're praying constantly, that shows that you have faith. Now, you may not pray abundantly as you should, because most of us don't pray as much as we should. But if you do pray, find yourself praying, that shows your level of belief. Even though you don't see the Most High himself, but that shows that you believe that there's a higher power. You believe in the power, or should I say the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the creator. All right? Just like it says in the book of John 20, in verse 27 to verse 29, it says, "Then he to Thomas, reach hither thy finger, and behold my hands, and reach hither thy hand, and thrust it into my side, and be not faithless, but believing." John 20 and 28, "And Thomas answered," and this is how you have the term, the saying, doubting Thomas. "And Thomas answered and said unto him, My Lord, my power. And Yahawashi said unto him, Thomas, because thou hast seen me, thou hast believed." But this is what Yahawashi said: "Blessed are they that have not seen and yet have believed." All right. So you got certain among the disciples, which most of the disciples, they obviously believed in Yahawashi without having to see him. But Thomas had to see Yahawashi to believe that he was there. And it reads, verse 30, "And many other signs truly did Yahawashi in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book." So that's it on that. Oh, let's read some more on this. 31. "But these are written that ye might believe that Yahawashi is the Mashiach, the Son of God, and that believing ye might have life through his name." You see? So only thing we can do right now is read about the wonders that Yahawashi did, the healing that he did. We haven't seen him do it. And if we were back there and seeing him do it, we can't recount in our minds of those things that he did in our past life. As it reads in the book of Ecclesiastes 1, verse 9, It says, the thing that had been, it is that which shall be. And that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun. Is there anything whereof it may be said, see, this is new? It hath already been of old time, which was before us. There is no remembrance of former things, and neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those that shall come after. So this is really talking about reincarnation. Ecclesiastes 1:8 to verse 11. And that there's no new thing under the sun, because it have already been of old time. So whatever we're seeing right now has already been played out. But to us, it looks like it's new, because we're in another lifetime experiencing new things and seeing new things. But these things have already came in the old times, when we were in our prior lives. These things were already there. And that there's no remembrance of things which were in the former days. So this is why, even though if we were back during the time of Yahawashi, seeing the wonders and the healing that he did, we don't remember it. So now all we got to do is go by faith and believing that these are the things that he did. And he's also, we have to believe that he's also a rewarder of those that wait upon him. Let me see if I can put that out too. There you go, Hebrews 11:6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So this is a thing of faith and belief. Let's look up the word belief in the book of Hebrews real quick.
Strong's G 4100 pistuo.
Pistuo. To think, to be true, to be persuaded of, to credit, place confidence in, of the thing believed, to credit, have confidence in a moral or religious reference, used in the New Testament, of the conviction and trust to which a man is impelled by a certain inner and higher prerogative and law of soul. That's good. Another definition, to trust in Yahawashi or the Most High as able to aid either in obtaining or in doing something, saving faith, mere acknowledgement of some fact or event, intellectual faith, to entrust a thing to one, i.e. his fidelity, which means faith, to be entrusted with a thing. And that reminds me of what the Apostle Paul said in the book of Romans 8:35, I believe it is, or it could be 38. Let's try 35 though. Yeah. It says, who shall separate us from the love of the Mashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or perils or sword? As it is written, for thy sake we are killed all the day long. We are counted as the sheep for the slaughter. No, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us. This is the point. Verse 38. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor principalities, nor powers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor height, nor depth, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of the Mashiach. The love of Yahweh, which is in Mashiach Yahawashi, our Lord Yahawashi. All right. So that's the mentality that we're supposed to take. We're supposed to be fully persuaded under the belief system of Yahawashi, which is what we're under right now, and that nothing will separate us from this belief in him, even though we haven't seen him. And the way that you show that you believe in him is by prayer. So that's what I wanted to focus this lesson on, is the power of prayer. Even though I'm really supposed to be talking about the phenomenon that we've seen, but I believe it was days ago, prior of reading Daniel's 9:16 to verse 17 in the Hebrew translation, is why this phenomenon was seen above our heads that day. And it's a beautiful thing, because again, when we see these different signs and these wonders, it lets us know that we're about to be translated into another world. And the end of this one is about to be up and coming. So anyway, that's all I have to say right here. I just want to give all of the praise and the glory to the Most High and the Son. Hopefully that this was edifying and this was uplifting in the spirit. So I want to give all of the praises and the glory to the Most High and the Son, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi Towards. And with that, I am out, and I say Shalom.